So in this video, I'm going to provide as much value as I can on how to get your first $100,000 in business credit from banks that pull Experian. Now, my name is Anthony and I've been in the credit game for a few years now. I've been able to obtain over $1 million in funding, whether that's personal credit and business credit. Today, what I want to go over is, how to get your first $100,000. Okay, so some of the credit cards that we're going to be talking about in this video, I actually do have and I got approved for them and I already ran these plays. So I'm talking to you from experience. Super easy. You just have to meet the requirements. So real quick, I want to go over a quick funding sequence that you can run on your Experian. Now, the first bank that we're going to go over is Chase Bank. So Chase is actually known for giving out the bag. They give really high limits on the business side, and you can actually get 2 business credit cards. As you can see, I have both ink cards. That's what we're going to go over today on how to get these 2 ink cards with your LLC. And some of the data points that you need to qualify for these business cards. And again, all these credit cards are going to pull from your Experian credit report. Now, with these Chase cards, you can get up to $50,000 per credit card. It just depends on what data points you use on the applications and how you apply for it. Real quick, I'm going to share my screen and we're going to go over the Experian funding sequence. Now, the first card you want to go for is the Ink Business Cash Card. Now, the reason for that, I've actually spoke with multiple business relationship managers at Chase. And, a lot of them told me that, the Business Cash Card is probably one of the easiest ones to get approved for to begin with. So this card, you get 0% interest for 12 months. And again, it's going to pull Experian. So you definitely want to go for the Ink Business Cash Card first within your funding sequence. And the cool thing about this credit card is that you do get a $750 bonus cash back after you spend $6,000. If you run a business, you're going to spend $6,000. So if you can see, I got the business cash right here. Okay, so now what you're going to do, you're going to go ahead and apply for the credit card. If you need the actual data points and the numbers to put on the application so you can get the really high credit card limits, click the link below to get all the data points that you need. So again, the first card you want to apply for is the Ink Business Cash Card. Now, once you do get approved, I've been seeing credit limits anywhere from $35,000 to $50,000. So once you get approved for the first card, you're going to get a hard inquiry on your Experian credit report. Now, you can remove the hard inquiry by calling Experian and doing the 24-hour inquiry removal method with Experian. But to be honest, you can just go ahead and apply for the second Ink card. But you want to make sure that you have no recent inquiries on your credit. Now, the second credit card that you want to go for is the Business Unlimited. So the Business Unlimited is basically the same card as the Ink Business Cash Card. As you can see, I have that card as well. Now, I've actually seen credit card limits on this card go up to $75,000 if you apply through a business banking relationship manager. Now, if you want to learn how to apply through a business relationship manager, click the link below. So again, you want to apply for the Ink Business Cash Card and you want to apply for the Ink Business Unlimited. So that's 2 credit cards. That's easily a $50,000 approval between both of them. So Chase lets you apply for 2 credit cards within 30 days. So this is a really good sequence that you can use when you're funding yourself through your LLC. Now, the second bank is American Express. So when it comes to American Express, you can actually get up to 5 credit cards with 1 inquiry. American Express is also going to pull your Experian. Sometimes it does pull TransUnion at the same time, but more than likely they're going to pull your Experian report. So if you can see, I have 4 American Express business credit cards and I have 1 personal as well. Now with the American Express sequence, you want to start off with the Blue Business credit cards. So the first one that I would go with is the Blue Business Cash Card. This one's also a 0% interest for 12 months, which is really good. So once you apply for this one, you can actually go ahead and double back and get the second blue card, which is also 0% interest for 12 months. And again, you're only going to have 1 hard inquiry. And they'll also do a pre-approval, so you can actually see if they pre-approve you first before they give you the hard pull. So that's another good thing about American Express. So now that we have those 2 business blue cards, you can move over to the business gold card. And again, they're going to use that same inquiry that you got on the first application. So when it comes to applying for the American Express business credit cards, you want to be really careful on what you put on the applications because let's say you put the wrong numbers on the applications. American Express tends to do a financial review and they start asking for documents, right? We don't want that. So if you guys want the right data points and the right numbers to put on these applications, click the link below. Now, if you get approved for the gold card, the business one, you can double back and apply for the platinum card business. So already we're at 4 credit cards with American Express with 1 inquiry, and they're all on the business side. So if you can see, I actually do have all those business credit cards, the American Express Business Cash and the Business Plus and the Gold Amex. Now, let's say you get approved for the 4 credit cards in a row with only 1 hard inquiry. You can get lucky and go for a 5th credit card. So on my 5th credit card, I went for the green card. So I will try to apply for 1 more credit card to see if you get approved. But either way, you can go with the green card or you can go with the plum card. It doesn't really matter at this point. You already have multiple credit cards. Now, more than likely, you're probably at the $100,000 in credit now. But if you're not, you can apply for 1 more card that pulls Experian on the business side. And that card is the Navy Federal Business Credit Card, the Biz Rewards. Now, Navy Federal is known for pulling TransUnion with their personal credit cards. But when it comes to the business, they do pull Experian. So that's another credit card that you can add to your Experian sequence and get to the $100,000 in business credit. So the Navy Federal Business Credit Card, it's not 0 interest. It actually does come with interest, but I mean, that's fine. Now, in order to get this business credit card with Navy Federal, you have to join Navy Federal using the backdoor method and open a personal account and business account. Once you have those 2, you can go ahead and apply for their business credit card. Now, the limits on these, they should be anywhere from $15,000 to $25,000. I mean, I got approved for, $25,000 on my Navy Federal business credit card. But to be honest, I don't even use this credit card. I just have it just to collect it. Okay, so now you got the 2 Chase cards, the 5 American Express credit cards. So that's about 3 inquiries. And then you'll get a 4th inquiry with the Navy Federal Business Credit Card. Now, in between applications, you could call Experian and remove that inquiry. That way, you increase your chances of approval on the next application. So you can actually remove those recent inquiries in between applications by calling Experian and doing the inquiry removal method. If you guys don't know how to do that, click the link below. So I'm pretty sure you're wondering, hey, do I need good credit to get approved for these credit cards? And I'm going to show you the data points and requirements that you need in order to get approved for these business credit cards and the sequence. So before applying for the high limit funding, you want to make sure that your credit report meets all the right requirements. And those are, you want to have 8 to 10 active accounts. Now, your credit age, which is very important, you want it to be at least 4 years minimum. Now, you want to have less than 3 inquiries in the last 12 months. If you do have a lot of inquiries, you can do the credit repair or you can remove them by calling Experian. Now, another thing is you want to have 0 derogatory items, right? So you want to have no negative items, right? No late payments, no collections, no charge-offs, no bankruptcies, nothing negative. Your profile has to be solid. And as far as your payment history, it has to be 100% on time. You cannot have just 1 late payment because that 1 late payment will get you denied for business credit. Now, one of the most important things is your credit card utilization. Now, I know I put 20%, but you definitely want to go at least under 10% or in the single digits for your highest chance of approval with these business credit cards. So before applying for the business credit cards, you want to at least have 2 personal credit cards with a $5,000 limit. Preferably $10,000 because you want to have that comparable credit before applying for business credit, because if they see that you have, high limits on the personal side, then they're going to give you even higher limits on the business side. This is how credit works. Now, when it comes to your actual business, right, your LLC formation and how you built out the LLC or corporation, whatever it is, you want to make sure that you're using a low risk industry, right? So low risk industries are, consulting businesses, marketing, education, business management. The banks, they really don't like high risk businesses. So that's another thing that you want to do. You want to make sure that your LLC is properly structured and is a low risk business. Now, I'm pretty sure you're wondering, why do I need all this business credit? Well, business credit is good if you're starting a business. I always say, business credit is oxygen for your business. Without the business credit, it's going to be really tough to scale your business using your own capital. So you definitely want to use the bank's capital to run your business instead. But the reason I'm showing you this is because it's a good skill set to have, because you can also provide this service to other business owners. Let's say you know business owners that need capital. Well, hey, now you know how to get business credit. Now you know the funding sequences. You can actually charge them a back-end fee when it comes to these credit cards. So let's say you find a business owner owner. They're looking for $100,000. Well, now you know the skill set where you can get them $100,000 and you can charge them a 10% fee. Now, the way you want to get paid on that 10% fee is once they receive these credit cards in the mail, you can send them an invoice for the 10% fee and they can pay you with the credit cards that they just received in the mail. So let's say you get a business owner $100,000, you can invoice him for $10,000 and he can use one of the new 0% interest credit cards to pay that $10,000 invoice. So learning this skill set is really important and it can make you a lot of money. Not only can it make you a lot of money, but you can also fund yourself whenever you need capital for your business. And this is how I made a lot of money in the online space within the past 3 years by running my online credit and funding business. So if you're looking to do the same thing, start your own credit and funding business, click the link below. But yeah, guys, that's going to be the fastest ways to get $100,000 in credit. And you can run this sequence within a day or two. It's gonna take you years to save up $100,000 in cash from your job when you can just run these plays and get $100,000 in a day or two. But yeah, guys, look, I appreciate you for tuning in. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go follow me on Instagram and comment below if you get approved for any of these credit cards.